talk about kinds of nouns. There are different kinds of nouns like compound, concrete, abstract, countable, uncountable, possessive, regular, irregular, and collective nouns. Now we will talk about respectively about these kinds of nouns. First we will discuss about the compound nouns. Compound nouns are basically two nouns joined together to make one single noun. Like for example, we say like rain. Rain is a one noun, and bow. Bow is a second noun, but we will join together, it will make a compound noun like rainbow. In the next kind of noun, it is a concrete noun. A concrete noun is a noun which can be felt or sensed by our senses, like a sense of hearing, sense of sight, sense of touch, sense of taste. So these nouns can be seen, can be felt through our senses. For example, for the example of concrete noun, I will say a door. A door is a concrete noun because we can see it. Clothes. Clothes are concrete noun because we can feel them. Perfume. Perfume is a concrete noun because we can smell it. First, the concrete noun can be divided into two types. It can be common noun and proper noun. Common noun is a general name given to a person, place, animal or thing. Like boy. Boy is a general name given to a boys. And girl. Girl is a general name for a person. Birds. Bird is a general name for animal. City. City is a general name given to a place. Like a pen. A pen is a general name given to a thing. So what are the proper nouns? Proper nouns are special names given to a person, place, animal or thing. Like I said, a general name for the person is a boy, but its special name can be Basit. So the Basit is a proper noun. Like I mentioned, city is a general name given to a place, but Karachi is a special name given to a place, and it is a special name of a city. For a thing, I have mentioned pen. So, but if I mention my dollar pen or my pink pen or my red pen, so these are the special names given to the pen. So it is a proper noun. For animals, I have mentioned birds. Birds are a general name given to animals. So a sparrow, a pigeon are special name given to the animals, and these are the proper noun. Now we will discuss about abstract nouns. Abstract nouns are totally opposite of the concrete noun. Concrete nouns can be felt by our senses, but abstract noun can be felt only. We cannot see them. So they can be a general command, a thought, an idea, a feeling. So for the example of abstract noun, we can say idea. Idea is a thought, and we can say kindness. Kindness is an act. So these are the example of abstract noun. Now we will move on to next kind of noun, and it is a countable noun. Most of the nouns are countable. Like we can add numbers before them to count them. Like if we mention like fridge, like bulb, like lamp, we can add numbers before them like 2 lamps or 3 glasses. So these are the countable nouns. We can count them easily. Now moving on to next kind of noun, it is uncountable noun. Some nouns are also uncountable. We cannot count them in general. Like so uncountable nouns are nouns that cannot be counted. We cannot put a number before them to count them. We cannot also put an A or N before them, like water. Water is a noun that cannot be counted. So we add words like some. If we mention some water, so in that way we can count, we can have an idea that how much water is present there. Like words like luggage, like furniture, we cannot count them or put a plural form in them or put a number before them to count them. So we add words like some before them to have an idea that how much of that thing is present. Also, we add counters before uncountable nouns, like a piece of paper. So the word piece is a countable noun. We add it into the before the uncountable noun to have an idea that how much of the uncountable noun is present. Now moving on to the next kind of noun, it is a possessive noun. Possessive noun shows ownership of the noun. They are mentioned with apostrophes and s, so that it can shows the relationship of the noun with the other noun. Like in a sentence I mention, it is cat's water. I have mentioned cats and water. So the ownership of the water is cat. If I mention my pen, so I am mentioning my and pen, the ownership of the pen is mine. So these are the possessive nouns. Now moving on to the regular nouns. Regular nouns are the singular form of nouns. Like a one noun, we can mention a glass, a cup, a mirror. So these are the regular nouns. The plural nouns are the regular nouns. Now moving on to the next kind of noun, they are irregular nouns. Irregular nouns are the plural form of nouns. Like I mention glasses, if I mention clothes, if I mention chairs, so these are the plural forms of nouns, and they are also called irregular nouns. Now moving on to the last kind of noun, it is a collective noun. A collective noun by itself is a singular form, but it represents a group of nouns or different or many nouns together in a group. Like in a sentence I mention a flock of birds. So the birds are many and the flock is a single word that represents a group of birds. In another sentence I mention like a troop of soldiers. So the word troop is a collective noun and it represents a group of soldiers. Okay, now students, in this session we have talked about the kinds of nouns and a little bit detail of the kinds of noun. We have studied the concrete nouns which can be seen, touched and smelled by us. The abstract nouns which cannot be seen, can only be felt. The compound nouns which made a single noun by adding two nouns together, like rainbow. The singular nouns which identifies a one person, place or thing. The plural nouns which identifies more than two or one animal, place or thing. The countable nouns which can be counted by adding numbers before it, like one bulb, two lamps, etc. The uncountable nouns are the words that cannot be counted in nouns. We add the countable nouns before them to make them countable. For example, some water. The possessive nouns which shows the ownership or possession towards the noun. Okay, that's it for this session. We will talk about the pronouns in the next session. Thank you.